5 away from home. They're also allowing 79 points per contest when traveling. Now, this Nova defense has been very good this year. They're allowing just 65 points per contest at the Villanova Pavilion. They've also successfully covered the number in 8 out of their last 11. When it comes to the scoring, St. John's is 9-3 to the over in their last dozen. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean Villanova -6 in the over. 147 in that one. All right, next game, it is going to be Duke, Wake Forest. That is going to be a 7 o'clock tip-off at Wake Forest. The Blue Devils open the betting as the 20.5 point favorite. They're now -21. Total open 159.5 down to 158. Right now, Wake Forest is plus 23.75 for an outright upset win. Now, if you like Wake Forest to cover this ridiculously high number, they have successfully covered the number in 4 out of their last 6. They've also successfully covered the number in 2 out of their last 3, taking on teams over 650. When it comes to this Duke team, well, they failed to cover in 2 out of their last 4 as the official road favorite. And their defense is giving up 79 points per contest away from home. Now, when it comes to the scoring, Wake Forest is 3-0 to the over, taking on teams allowing less than 67 points per contest. This is an absurd number. Give me Wake Forest plus 21 in the over, 158 in that matchup there. Next game, the Tar Heels taking on North Carolina State, 9 o'clock tip-off at NC State. Now, the Wolfpack opened as a pick. They're now -1. Total open 172 down to 171 and a hook. 54% are leaning Tar Heels, 53% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, UNC is plus 103 for some money line cash. Now, if you like the Wolfpack in this one, just keep in mind they've failed to cover in 4 out of their last 5, taking on the Tar Heels. They're also 0-5 straight up in their last 5 at home, hosting the Tar Heels. And speaking of which, UNC is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 ball games, 5-1 straight up in their last 6. This North Carolina offense is putting up 90 points per contest, which is 5th in college basketball. Now, scoring-wise, 5 out of UNC's last 6 ball games, well, they went under the total. They stayed under. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean toward the official road underdog in this one. Give me the North Carolina Tar Heels +1 in the under, 171.5 in that one. Next game, Oklahoma at Texas Tech. That's going to be a 9 o'clock tip-off at Texas Tech. The Raiders open the betting as the 6-point favorite. They're now 6.5. Total open 131 up to 132. 56% are leaning Texas Tech, 51% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, the Sooners are plus 245 for some money line cash. Now, I had a winning bet with Oklahoma earlier in the year on a premium play on Patreon. And if you like Oklahoma in this one, they are a perfect 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 ball games. They've also got the job done in 8 out of their last 9 straight up. The Sooners are 13-1 against the spread overall for the year, depending on where you're shopping at. They're also covering 89% of their ball games on the road. Now, Texas Tech, on the other side, completely different story. They're covering just 33% of their games as the official home favorite. When it comes to the scoring, Texas Tech is 5-2 to the over in their last 7, taking on OU. So with all that said and done, I'm going to go with the Sooners in this one. Give me OU +7 in the over, 132 in that matchup there. All right, that is going to do it for our college basketball slate, and we're going to slide into some NHL action. Now, we're going to cover the earlier slate of games, so let's go ahead and get into it, beginning with Minnesota at Boston. 7 o'clock puck drop in Beantown. The Bruins open 175 up to 180, total 5.5. 63% are leaning Boston, 67% shaded toward the over. And at the moment, Minnesota's +160 for some money line cash, Boston +150 for some puck line cash. Now, Boston's 4-1 straight up in their last 5 at home. They're winning 81% of their games played at the current market price. Now, Minnesota is scoring just 2.5 goals per game on the road. That's 24th in the NHL in road scoring. And speaking of scoring, Boston is 7-2 to the over in their last 9 at home. Give me the Bruins -1.5 in the over. 5.5 goals in that one. Next game, Panthers, Penguins, 7 o'clock puck drop in Pittsburgh. The Pens open 205 down to 185. Total open 6, up to 6.5. 75% are leaning Pittsburgh, 51% shaded toward the under. Florida's plus 160. Pittsburgh's plus 145, laying the goal and a half. Pittsburgh's 8-1 straight up in their last 9. 65% when Matt Murray makes a start. Meanwhile, on the Florida side of things, they're just 33% as the official road underdog. They're also 0-5 straight up in their last 5 in Pittsburgh. Scoring-wise, Florida 5-1 to the over in their last 6. Pittsburgh 4-2 to the over in their last 6 themselves. Give me Pittsburgh minus 1.5, getting the job done on the puck line for plus 145 in the over. 6.5 goals in that one. Next game, Carolina, New York Islanders. 7 o'clock puck drop in Long Island. The Islanders open 120 up to 125. Total open 5.5 up to 6. 60% are leaning New York. 75% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, Carolina's plus 110 for some money line cash. New York plus 205 for some puck line cash. Now this Islanders team has won 9 out of their last 10 straight up. They're also winning 83% of their games as the official home favorite. Now Carolina on the other side, well, they're winning just 33% of their games as the official road underdog. They're also just 1-4 straight up in their last 5 in Nassau. Now scoring-wise, Carolina defense is giving up over 3 goals per contest on the road this season. Give me the home chalk. I like the Islanders minus $1.25 in the over. 6 goals in that one. Next game, Devils, Sabres, 7 o'clock puck drop in Buffalo. The Sabres open 130 down to 125, totals 5.5. 51% are leaning New Jersey, and the Devils are plus 110 for some money line cash. Buffalo plus 205 for some puck line cash. Now, if you like Buffalo in this one, just keep in mind their defense is allowing just 2.7 goals per contest at home. They're 13-5-3 straight up on their home ice as well. New Jersey on their side of things, well, they're just 5-14-3 on the road this year. They're also winning just 26% of their games as the official road underdog. Now, when it comes to scoring, New Jersey 75% to the over on the road at the current posted total. So with all that said and done, another home chalk for me. Give me Buffalo minus $1.25 in the over. 5.5 goals in that one. Next game, Flyers, Capitals, 7:30 puck drop in the nation's capital. The Caps open the betting as the $1.95 favorite. They're up to 210. Total open 5.5 up to 6. 76% are leaning Washington. 60% shaded toward the over. Phillies plus 180. Washington's plus 125, laying the goal and a half. Now Washington is 4th in the NHL in scoring overall. They're also winning 75% of their games, taking on teams under 450. Now Philadelphia, well, they've won just 4 of 18 games, taking on teams over 550 themselves. They've also lost their last 7 straight games. And when it comes to scoring, Philadelphia is 12-6 to the over, taking on teams over 550 as well. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean Washington puck line in the over. 6 goals in that one. Next game, CBJ. Columbus Blue Jackets at the Tampa Bay Lightning. 7:30 puck drop in the Amalie Center. The Lightning open 195 down to 185. Total open 6 up to 6.5. 72% are leaning Lightning. 64% shaded toward the over. Columbus is plus 160 on the money line. Tampa Bay plus 140 on the puck line. Tampa Bay is an amazing 17-4 straight up on their home ice. They're also a perfect 11-0 straight up at the current market price. Just 2 stats completely unheard of. Now Columbus on the other side, they're just 1-4 straight up in their last 5, taking on Tampa Bay. Their defense is allowing 3.1 goals per contest away from home. Now, when it comes to the scoring, Columbus is 4-2 to the over in their last 6. Tampa Bay, 8 out of their last 9 got over the total themselves. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean Lightning minus 1.5 in the over. 6.5 goals in that one. All right, next and final game for the show, it is going to be Canadiens, Red Wings, 7:30 puck drop in Detroit. Montreal opened the betting as the $1.20 favorite on the road. They're now minus 115. Total open 5.5 up to 6 goals even. 71% are leaning Montreal. And at the moment, Detroit's minus 105 on the money line. Montreal's plus 235 for some puck line cash. Now, Montreal's 4-1 straight up in their last 5 on the road, 5-0 straight up in their last 5 taking on Detroit. And speaking of the Red Wings, they dropped 7 out of their last 8. They've also won just 6 out of 20 games as the official home underdog. Now, scoring-wise, Detroit is 6-1 to the over in their last 7. Give me Montreal minus 115 in the over. 6 goals in this one.